Hi.
What's up? Sunday night.
I forgot to close that door. That's okay.
Uh-oh.
Welcome
Big
to
trouble.
Celebrate Recovery at New Heights Church, the online expression of our service since March, since COVID hit, since we haven't been meeting in person. This is Sundays at 6. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. I celebrate recovery from the grief of a divorce, poor relationship choices, and the consequences of those choices. I still struggle with, just all the things. All the things. My name is Angela.
Hi, Angela.
Hi,
I'm glad
Chad.
you're here. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus. I struggle with drugs, alcohol, lust, food issues, anxiety, and trying to dodge that COVID. I think it's coming for me, but I'm trying to get away from it.
It's getting closer.
And my name is Chad.
Hey, Chad.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, we've got a fun service planned for tonight, a fun little online thing that we're doing annually or historically, if you want to say it like that. This is the week, but the week before Thanksgiving break, when in our in-person services in the past, we would pass the mic and do what are you thankful for time of share, where participants in our Celebrate Recovery would be able to just talk about what Celebrate Recovery has meant to them or what God has been doing in their lives. And it's such an encouraging time, and it's just something that we didn't want to miss. And so for the last few weeks, we had started a new series, which is our acrostic that we're working through is PERMS, which is being healthy on physical, emotional, relational, mental, and spiritual levels. And we tackled those first two, and we're pausing, we're interrupting that programming to bring you just a thankful and grateful Sundays at 6, where you not only are going to hear a little bit more from us about gratitude and what we're thankful for, but you're going to get to hear from a lot of our New Heights Celebrate Recovery leaders. And so we have that to look forward to in just a bit. Any other announcements we have going on? He usually counts on me for that, but I feel like I've been talking, so I want to give him a second.
No, I mean, we're only 2 minutes in. I think you're doing good so far.
So a few other announcements is that we are starting to roll some step studies out. We have a women's step study that actually already is closed, that is starting after Thanksgiving. And we have another round of them starting after the new year. We'll have a men's and a women's step study. If a step study is something that you would like to get involved in or would like to get back into, you can plan to be involved in those ones that are starting in January. Now, they're smaller this round because we're doing social distancing. So we're capping them at how many people can fit in the room and still be social distance. Also, masks are going to be required for the duration of those step studies, unless something changes in the summer. But at least when we get started, you'll have to wear a mask. And so if masks and social distancing aren't your thing, then this might not, is she okay?
I think so, yeah.
Then this might not be the season for you to jump into a step study. We just want you to give you that option. But if they are and you want to get on the list of those step studies, please message us or email us so we can include you. Those ones in January are actually already starting to collect people as well.
Yeah.
So that's something that's that you have to look forward to if you want to do that. Also, we are tentatively, I say tentatively because you just never know what's going to happen. Our hope, our goal, the sites that we're setting on is that we're going to start meeting back in person at the Boys and Girls Club on Sunday nights at 6 o'clock, January 10th. That's
sorry. Did I laugh?
That's going to be a little...
We've made lots of plans this year that didn't happen.
But
maybe 2021 will be different.
Year.
Who knows?
So we're hoping that next year plans can be solidified. So that's going to be our goal. That's something we can look forward to. Between now and then, we're going to see you every Sunday night through Thanksgiving, through Christmas, and into the new year, right here, 6 o'clock, online Sundays at 6.
Sounds good.
That's the announcements we have.
Yeah.
One more to anticipate.
4 minutes. That's okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
New Heights Church is the church that hosts our Celebrate Recovery, and they annually do a Christmas Eve service, and they are going to do it this year as well with social distancing in place. Once again, if things don't get canceled, where the goal is. And so that's something that you can plan for. I'm not sure if they're going to do registration. There'll be more on that going forward, but just wanted to put that out there. If you wanted to place together for Christmas Eve, that would be an option. I am done with the announcements.
Good job, Ann. She did good, didn't she? Nice work.
You
always contain it to 5 minutes, and so that's another record. That was actually really, really quick, I think, for our announcements. I don't think I have anything really pressing to to add, to throw in there. So I feel good about where we're at and what we're doing. Y'all, this is hard. I mean,
Give it up for it. Get a little applause where you are. Just clap loudly from your couch for Chad, our production manager, our production coordinator, our guru, our producer. What else?
things will probably break as soon as you say that. So
he's the one that keeps it. Earlier, when he was putting all this together, I said if it wasn't for him, I'd still be going live from our phone, and that wouldn't have been fun for anybody. So,
well, I mean, you do a good job on your phone, though, I think. But
he's doing a great thing.
It's a little different. I don't know. Let's jump into 12 steps. Let's do it.
He's added this fun little banner thing down here. I'm trying to point to it, but it's harder to do. I can to go backwards. There it is. There it is.
Let me see here.
Oh wait.
Make it come and go. I can make it disappear.
Fancy.
Here, look. See,
all right, let's jump into the 12
I can make it come back. I've got all these weird things I do. Let's go into the 12 steps, though. You're right. We should probably do that. All right, let's jump into
just
this.
Making sure we're getting feedback.
All right, 12 steps. Here we go. I'll start us off.
Okay.
Step 1. We admitted we are powerless over our addiction and compulsive behaviors and that our lives had become unmanageable. For I know that good itself does not dwell in me, that is in my sinful nature. For I have the desire to do what is good, but I cannot carry it out. Romans 7:18.
Step 2. We came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. For it is God who works in you to will and to act
in order to fulfill his good purposes. Philippians 2:13. I think I messed that up maybe. Okay. Step 3. We made a decision to turn our lives and our wills over to the care of God. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Romans 12:1.
Step 4. We made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves.
Let us examine our ways and test them, and let us return to the Lord. Lamentations 3:40. Step 5. We admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs.
Therefore, confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed. James 5:16. Step 6. We were entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character.
Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will lift you up. James 4:10. Step 7. We humbly asked him to remove all our shortcomings. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just, and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness. 1 John 1:9.
That was mine. Step 8. We made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. I make amends to you for missing.
I forgive you.
Do to others
as you would have them do to you. Luke 6:31. Because if I had messed up, I'd want to be forgiven. Anyway.
Promptly admitted.
We make direct amends to such people whenever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others.
Therefore, if you're offering your gift at the altar and there remember that your brother or sister has something against you, first go and be reconciled.
Leave your gift there in front of the altar. First go and be reconciled to them. Then come and offer your gift. Luke 6:31.
Leaving the gift is important. Don't
I
take
think
the gift with you.
you were.
I got ahead of it.
You jumped way ahead.
I did.
I don't know what happened there.
I
think this one's yours though.
I looked back down. Step 10. We continued to take a personal inventory, and when we were wrong, we promptly admitted it. I'm
so
promptly
if you think you are standing
firm tonight. Be careful that you don't fall. 1 Corinthians 10:12. The show master who is just pushing the show along.
Step 11. We sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly. Colossians 3:16. All one breath.
Yes.
Your turn.
Step 12. Having had a spiritual experience as the result of these steps, we try to carry this message to others and practice these principles in all of our affairs. Brothers and sisters, if someone is caught in a sin, you who live by the Spirit should restore that person gently. But watch yourselves, or you may also be tempted. Galatians 6:1.
I had the mouse over that and I couldn't see what the...
I was like, is that a 7?
No wonder a 7.
Lisa's going to be texting us. She got the wrong number. She's good with the details.
I know.
She lets us know.
Y'all,
we see
this
some
has
people
been
watching.
so fun right now.
Dana, Sharon.
I know.
Janie, Daniel. So good. You
good
guys are
all
all
there, man.
joining us and watching. We're grateful that you're with us.
Yep. So, here we are.
Yeah.
Thankful, grateful, gratitude.
this is the time in our service. We're going to get to more gratitude in just a little bit. But if you are celebrating something, this is the celebrate part of our Celebrate Recovery,
Yep.
where we acknowledge whether you have a surrender date or a sobriety date, whether it's 1 day, 3 days, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 6 months, all the things, a year
Anytime
or
at all.
multiple years. If you have a date that you want to celebrate as a surrender date, we would love if you feel comfortable to post that in the comments so we can celebrate with you as we cut it over to the Crosstown Band. This is Justin, and
It's a lovely scene, by the way.
he is going to lead us in a few worship songs.
I know.
And you guys, it's something special. Check it out.
Here we go.
Here we go again, my mind racing, and I can't seem to win all these crazy thoughts and feelings, like it never ends until your voice breaks through my noise. I know I'm not alone, I'm not alone. One will fight my battles if I will just be still. Why would I keep running? You're right here. I'll just be quiet. Let you speak through the silence. Here I am, you're hiding. You are in this moment. I won't fight it. I'll be quiet. I don't need to know what comes next. Tomorrow's in your hands. I can trust you with my future, 'cause you're already there. I hear your voice call me forward. I know I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Away with the distractions. I wanna hear what's true. The only words that matter, they come from you. And I'll just be quiet. Let you speak through the silence. Here I am, no more hiding. You are in this moment. I won't fight it. I'll be quiet. Be still in your presence, God. I'll just be still in your presence, God. 'Cause I wanna hear you. I don't wanna hear anybody else. Quiet. God, you're here in the silence. Here I am, hiding. You are in this moment. I won't fight it. I'll be quiet. I will be quiet. God, you're here in the silence. Here I am, no more hiding. You are in this moment. I won't fight it. I will be quiet. Faith, there's nothing on the providence side. No longer bound to things of wood and stone. And all I had to offer was my worst. You saw my heavy heart and loved me first. chose to throw your heart into the mess. Passion crashing down upon my death. You were there all this time. Like a river running through my failure. You carried me all this time. The splinters buried in your shoulder. You carry me now. Hallelujah. If ever now my heart cries, hallelujah. If ever now in the wonder of your grace, 1,000 times, 1,000 years of my soul will sing grace. I saw the crushing weight my flesh deserved. Kneeled and wrote forgiveness in the dirt. One by one the stones fell where they lay. As one by one my accusers walked away. Nothing left to throw, they made a cross. Knowing only love would count the cost. You were there all this time. Like a river running through my failure. You carried me all this time. Like the splinters buried in your shoulder. Love carried my all my shame. Jesus, my soul will praise you. You carried me all this way. Diamonds and scars around your crown. You carried me down. Hallelujah. If ever now my heart cries, hallelujah. If ever now in the wonder of your grace. If ever now 1,000 years of my soul will sing hallelujah. Forever now in the greatness of my Savior. Forever now in the brightness of your name. Jesus, on this rock I'll sing your praise. Hallelujah. If ever now my heart cries, hallelujah. If ever now in the wonder of your grace. 1,000 times, 1,000 years my soul will sing hallelujah. Forever now in the greatness of my Savior. Forever now in the brightness of your name. Jesus, on this rock I'll sing your praise.
Thank you so
So
much,
good.
Justin. So many people saying how much they like the snowflakes and just the
Yeah.
the music. You're doing a great job with it.
Excellent job. Well
we're,
done,
We're just so
Jennifer.
grateful for your work. Yeah.
I'm imagining Justin might have helped, but I'm imagining the time and effort it took for you to hang the snowflakes and decorate. I love decorating for the holidays. I
Yep.
think sometimes I just prefer Chad.
She
giving me-
does like decorating.
I do.
I said, yep, like I'm the. Nope, she does. She
Yeah.
really does.
Yeah. It's like I get excited
Yeah.
about it.
Man, all right. So we'll dive in just a little bit, and we're going to talk about thankfulness tonight and kind of some things we're grateful for. And I'm gonna let you kick it off. You brought all kinds of props and stuff.
No, I
tonight.
only brought one.
Oh,
I get to. This is Avery made this at school. That probably goes out of focus.
no, it's all right.
It
they probably
says,
see it.
"Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good. His love endures forever." Psalms 136:1.
Little picture of her praying. She's so cute.
I feel like Angela, the mom, and the wife, and the leader jump right into Christmas. I got my tree set up, and the whole house is already Christmas decorated. But sometimes I forget this one. And I have a dear friend who she talks about every year during the month of November, when people start making it the month of gratitude or the month of thankfulness, when every day you post something. And I know Fellowship's always been really good about doing this. I haven't seen as much this year, people doing every day something new that they're thankful for. I think everybody has been so stressed out and tapped out that sometimes it can just be hard to remember that there are still things that we have an opportunity to have, or resources that we have that other people don't have. And our community is one of those things. And so Chad and I just wanted to kind of take a little bit of time just for us to be able to say thank you guys. Very early on in this process, when I say early on in the process, it was like Thursday church got canceled, and in 2 days we had to make a very quick decision that I don't think either one of us anticipated would last this long.
No, I mean, we were like, okay, well, we'll go in the gym.
We'll do it live.
And we did, and then it was like, I remember like that Wednesday or something, we went up and got the stuff out of the club.
Yeah. We did that little live from the club, and I cried, because it's easy for me to do. But we said goodbye to the club, not knowing when we were going to be back, and now it has been a really long time. But from the get-go, you guys all were just supportive, and you're like, whatever you guys do, we're with you. I mean, that was the overwhelming and encouraging support we had from the leaders, from the participants, and you guys have stuck it out with us this entire time. And we do look forward to getting to see everybody in person again. But in the meantime, we just want to say thank you that you're a part of this community, that you contribute, that you show up even every week online with us. We're grateful, and know that because you're out there, we get to kind of keep going and keep encouraging and keep offering just some of the insight that we have being in recovery. We get pushed. We share what pushes us with you. Also, this week, we are still going to have the Wednesday morning gender-specific women's devotion, and then the Thursday morning time with Chad, where he encourages the guys. And so if you're not in either one of those and want to jump into one, message us. We'll include you. But if you are in those, we'll see you on Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
But now we want to give you an opportunity to just hear from our leaders, and hear from some of the people who I wrangled a video out of this week. Not everyone loves doing video selfies, but we have a really cooperative bunch. And so we want to take just a few minutes for us to pass the mic in our own kind of online way here.
Yeah.
So we're going to facilitate that. Check out a few of your leaders sharing with us why they're grateful this season.
Here we go.
Hi, Forever Family. I am a grateful believer who struggles with grief, anxiety, fear, and codependency, and my name is Kathy. And on this night of thankfulness and season of thankfulness, number one, I'm thankful that my life is a little better this year than it was the year before that, and it was the year before that, and really thankful for the body of Christ that have held up my arms through words of encouragement and prayers that just helped carry me through the darkest of nights, and even days that aren't so bad but still a little tough. Just knowing that God has raised up an army of intercessors and friends and brothers and sisters in Christ that have just carried me through. They've been the hands and feet of Jesus, that I'm still here, and that life gets a little better all the time. So thank you. Thanks for letting me share.
Hey, I'm a great believer in Jesus Christ. I struggle with codependency and abandonment issues and rejection and childhood abuse. And my name's Janie. And I'm so happy to be able to stand here before you and just kind of list some of the things I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my kids and my grandkids who have just blessed me beyond measure. I just came off of having COVID, and today's my first day out of quarantine. I'm thankful that I'm healthy. I'm thankful that for all my friends and family and people who've checked on me. What a blessing. What a way. I mean, I don't know that people can get through anything without their community. And I have a great community in my forever family. I'm thankful for my home. I'm thankful for just the security I have in Jesus. And I'm thankful for the wisdom that he gives me. And man, there's just so many things I'm thankful for. My kids never missed a day checking on me, seeing if I was okay when I was quarantined. And my friends, all you guys, you, my posse, you know who you are. You've been there for me. You've checked on me. You've, brought me dinners and lunches. And I'm just thankful for community. I'm thankful for this forever family. And I just want to wish you all happy Thanksgiving. And we're coming into the Christmas season, and it's my most favorite time of the year. So, yeah, I hope that COVID goes away enough that we can get together. Some of us, a few of us at a time maybe. But yeah, I'm just thankful my heart is overflowing, and I'm so grateful just to be alive, just to have the people that I have, all of you in my life. And I just want to wish you a happy, happy Thanksgiving.
Good morning, Forever family. I am a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. I struggle with drugs, alcohol, lust, food issues, and forgetfulness. My name's Dana. And I'm going to tell you about the things I'm thankful for. This morning, I'm thankful for sunshine because I'm about to freeze to death. I struggled with addiction for 20 years. I'm thankful to be clean and sober. I had an expensive habit, and today I'm thankful to be able to come and go as I please. I'm thankful for a roof over my head. I'm thankful I was able to patch things up with my family. I'm mostly thankful for the love that God has for me. I've got a good daughter that stuck with me through thick and thin, and I'm really grateful for that. I really miss my forever family. I hope to see you again soon. I love you. Thanks for letting me share.
Hi there, sweet forever family. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. I celebrate recovery from fear of abandonment and the grief of a broken marriage. My name is Jen. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I am so thankful for Celebrate Recovery. I went reluctantly, very reluctantly, bawling and squalling would be a better term for it, that first night, determined to fix my husband. But God had other plans, really big plans for me. He showed me my own hurts and habits and hang-ups, and showed me what a control freak I was, and introduced me to a wonderful group of friends. And those ladies have stuck with me through thick and thin. We've been in step studies together. We've been to lunch together. We've had coffee together. We've cried together. We've laughed together. We've worked puzzles together, read books together. If I'm sick, I know I can call any one of them and they'll come with soup. If I'm lonely, which at first, when I moved here 10 years ago, all I wanted to do was grieve and nurse my anger and isolate. And those friends drew me out. Thank goodness they did, because now I know I could call any one of them and just be real and also get truth. I remember one specific time when I called a friend and said, I'm going to go do this. And she said, oh, how's that going to work out for you? And just drew me back into wisdom and truth. So my big Thanksgiving thankfulness moment of gratitude is for my sweet Celebrate Recovery sisters. I love every one of you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey guys, I am a grateful believer in Jesus Christ who struggles with anxiety and depression, and my name is Caitlin. one thing that I am grateful for is being able to take things one day at a time, and that's a lesson I've been really working on the past few weeks as more things are shutting down for winter and there's so many unknowns, and just like coping with the pandemic. I've really focused on just one day at a time when I'm getting overwhelmed about unknowns, and that is really helping me. And so I'm just really thankful for that understanding, and just like that lesson through CR to take things one day at a time. Another thing that I'm thankful for is God has kind of been teaching me through the pandemic when everything got shut down and like church and community group and CR all stopped or went virtual. God really showed me how a lot of times I was using those supports to meet the need of connecting with Him, but kind of just like using that instead of directly going to God. And that's something I'm still working on, but I'm grateful for like learning more about that in myself and that understanding. And now I'm very appreciative of the spiritual supports that I do have in my life, like when I can worship outside or when I can watch CR online. And so just really kind of some perspective changes for myself, and I'm really grateful for that. Also, I'm thankful to be able to submit this video because this is my favorite night at CR and I always try to attend, and so I'm grateful that that tradition can be continued on like through this platform. Thanks, guys.
I'm a thankful Christian in recovery over lust and anger, and my name is Charles. What am I thankful for? How much time do I have? But if I think about this, I'll name 3 things. I'm thankful for Jesus, I'm thankful for my family, and I'm thankful also for my Celebrate Recovery family. Thank you.
Hello, Forever family. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ who struggles with fear and anxiety these days and codependency, and my name is Debbie. And I just want to say that I'm so thankful for my stepsisters at Celebrate Recovery and Chad and Angela, and just the encouragement that you guys bring to me on a weekly basis. Thanks for letting me share.
Thanks, y'all.
Oh,
It's
I
good to
love
see all your
everybody.
faces, man. It's good to hear people saying how much they appreciate it.
Hugs,
Yeah.
to everybody. Just so fun. And to see everybody in
I
their
know.
different settings, in their,
Hanging out. Charles is in
some
the living room
outside,
hanging out.
some
and-
inside.
Yeah.
Thank you guys who contributed those. I know there are a few others who wanted to, but the timing just didn't work out to be able to get a video, and technology is tricky also to be able to text it or video it. And so, man, that was really great. We really, I agree with Caitlin that every year we look forward to this time where we get to hear from everybody and just the things that God's done in their life. And so for me, I was like, we have to still have it. How are we going to do it? Okay, so we're just going to kind of talk about gratitude a little bit and thankfulness and just kind of the benefits of it. You know, when people come to Celebrate Recovery, when people enter into something like therapy or self-work, or anytime our life circumstances have gotten the best of us, or we're so caught up in our pain or what's going on, our hurts, habits, and hangups, basically, that it's really hard to find the part to be grateful for. As a matter of fact, it's almost offensive at first if somebody tries to add a silver lining to your recovery process. If you show up and you're like, this is happening, I have charges, I have to go to court, I'm going through a divorce, somebody just died and I'm grieving. That is not at all the appropriate time to say, but what are you grateful for? Or can you focus on the positive? It's not okay to do that. And so
it's hard not to do that to people sometimes, though. I mean, you're just like, yeah, but no.
Well,
I mean,
the hard part is when you know the benefits that come from having a grateful heart or from having gratitude, or you do want to offer that, but you have to first allow someone, I'll use I in me statements, I needed time to work through my pain, my anger, all the things before I could start finding gratitude, thankfulness again.
And I want to say, too, it's a weird thing to teach because it can come across like we're saying, hey, you need to go be grateful. And that's not at all what we mean. We're not sitting over here saying, hey, you go be grateful.
Yeah.
Gratitude has to be like it's almost like a heart attitude or position, right? Like, it's like, if I can find a way, even in the midst of this storm, even in the midst of things going wrong in COVID 2020 and all the election and everything else, all the stuff, I'm not probably making people anxious right now, but I'm like, in the midst of all that, if I can find a way to go, what do I have hope? Where is my hope? What am I grateful for? What are the good things? If I, Chad, can look for that, it really kind of lightens the load and even gives me perspective on what it is that's going on in my world. It gives me a chance to kind of sit back and go, you know what? I have a warm house. I have a roof over my head. I have a good wife and child, and I've got all these things that really do work. It kind of makes the other things not matter so much. The things that kind of take our attention, and I think recovery really is about a change of mindset, a change of direction, and kind of starting to see things differently. It's fun because I got to read a bunch of papers. I say it's fun. I'm grading some papers, and they're talking about how change works, how change happens, and it's really, my grading isn't like on whether or not they're right. It's like APA and grammar and all this other stuff that doesn't necessarily relate.
Is it put together well?
Yeah.
And
but I'm like,
spelled right.
But I'm like, it's interesting because a lot of the people that were writing were saying, well, you first start to find the things that do work in your life. You hit rock bottom and you start to think about what works.
Yeah.
Where is my hope? What is my direction? And it just kind of reminded me of this because I'm like, it's true. If we can start to see things a little bit differently and start to get our focus off of the negative and kind of avoiding pain, right? And we find some things that are happy and good in our life. And we have to do that, right?
Yeah.
You can't make someone change.
And I think,
or be grateful.
I appreciate in our workbooks when we're in a step study, the place where gratitude or thankfulness lands. We come into the beginning of it. We come into our recovery having to step out of denial, having to recognize our powerlessness, having to start to have hope again. Then we go through the inventory process with the sponsor, which is really deep and heavy and can be hard. It can also be extremely freeing. And so as the recovery continues, we do the amends, we start to feel lighter, and there's this time, this season that comes that goes, it's almost like in the balanced part of our inventory. Now that we have spent a lot of time focusing on what went wrong and how it went wrong and brokenness and relationships where we needed amends and asking for forgiveness and offering forgiveness and all of the, I'm going to say,
stuff, the
heavy
load.
stuff.
Yeah.
Can we pause and go, you know what? Even not just right now, but throughout my recovery, like I think about some of my hardest times when I had to go to court or had to sign my divorce papers or some of my really hard stuff, that I can go back and say, I am so grateful that I had step study women that encouraged and supported me during that time. I am grateful that when I was separated and then divorced from my husband and I was really alone and moved to Northwest Arkansas in a new town, as silly as this is, we can get a little bit of pet supporters to comment. But I had these two dogs that were just fantastic for me. Like I would take them on walks and care for them. They were there for me. As silly as that sounds, it doesn't need to be some huge, big, elaborate thing. It can be, I'm grateful for that I had a job, that I had a car, that I had a friend, that I had a pet to care for me and be there for me so I wasn't alone in my new space. Those are the kinds of things that, while they start small, if I can focus on the things that I have instead of spending so much time, that I did focus on the things that I had instead of spending so much time thinking about and dwelling on and replaying the things that went wrong, the things that aren't going well, the things that I'm let down about, the disappointments. We do spend a lot of energy on the bad. And so we just wanted to take a little bit of time because it's this season. It's an easy way to just bring it up and say, can you, as cliche as the phrase is, consider having an attitude of gratitude?
Yeah.
Consider going when I'm down. I've said this before that when I'm you want to say something funny, I can tell the.
No, I mean,
Oh.
I get what you're saying. I was actually thinking about, I was just thinking like we don't. I think we take for granted the things we should probably be grateful for the most. Like, I think it's easy when for somebody who struggles like myself or any of us probably, but like it's easy for me to get caught up with what's going on at work or what's going on with politics or the church or COVID or whatever it might be. I get sucked into something and then I'm like taken away from the things that really matter.
Yeah.
And that's why I really think of that attitude of gratitude. I don't think it's like just ignore everything else and just choose joy I'm not saying you can't choose joy, but I think there's this like depth to that says, no, put the things back in the right priority, like reorganize and recognize the things that you do have. Now, do you have everything you want or everything you could ever possibly? I don't know. I mean, and I know addiction and hurt and loss, they come along and they take everything from you. And I could go really dark. So I'm trying not to, but as we look around and go, all right, well, what are the things I am grateful for? What are the things that do work? What are the things? I think that puts you just back in like a list of priorities that makes sense. We don't get lost. I don't know. That was what I was thinking.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about the idea that, if let's say I have a week plan. We were joking because we're starting to make some plans for 2021. And I remember at this time last year, we made all these plans for 2020.
Wrote them on a calendar.
Oh, we had this whole year calendar out and everything. Yeah, it didn't go as planned, per se. So there's this idea that, let's say this week I have this plan and everything's going well. The things that take my energy away are the things that go bad or go wrong or get off track because I have to pay attention to those and I have to go, okay, this requires my attention. And I think in life and in recovery, we are intentionally spending time thinking on what went wrong, why it went wrong. I think at one point in our inventory, it's like, what is the circumstance, side effect, or consequence of these poor choices, and list them out. So we're asking you specifically to spend a lot of time dwelling on the things you don't have because of some of these bad strategies. The key here isn't, like what Chad is saying, isn't to dismiss the bad or to just sweep it away or pretend it doesn't exist. It is to consider being equally intentional about reminding yourself that there are some good things to be grateful for. There are people who enter into recovery and are in such a bad place that it's hard for me to even pitch this idea. And I try to kind of like softly toss it before, not just like a fastball to them, but to say, even this week, is there something you can do, excuse me, that brings you joy? Is there something you can do that you remember was a good thing? I'll try to start asking somebody to walk into a space where they do remember kind of being grateful or kind of being in a place where they had joy or had contentment or had happiness or had some of the things. So I'm about to cough.
It's that COVID.
It's not that.
If it is, I'm going to feel bad.
No.
Oh no. I got to get out of here.
I want both. But the idea there is to consider, do I spend, it might even be hard to say an equal amount of time, but any time at all, adding a bullet list or something to the positive side, the side where we can go, wait a minute, through my recovery. I just heard from these incredible leaders who modeled it so well. That Dana's grateful for sunshine, that, that Mama Jen's grateful for community.
Caitlin's grateful for Sunday nights and she looks forward to it. What a great thing.
Just that all of you leaders who shared, thank you so much for modeling that. It's not like I'm grateful that I won the lottery. Although if you did, I'm sure that would be good too. We could talk about gambling and tithing if you
take
do.
donations.
Yeah.
No.
But the idea there is, it doesn't have to be huge. It can be little steps, one step at a time. Just like we intentionally consider recovery, can we start to be grateful? And there are so many studies out there. Google them if you want to, about the benefits of having a grateful heart, that it makes you more well-balanced. It helps your relationships. It helps your self-care. You sleep better when you focus on the things you're grateful for instead of focusing on the other. And so our encouragement for this week, heading into the week of Thanksgiving, is to take some time, maybe journal, maybe
make a list, make some bullet points,
put
however
it on the
you
fridge,
do it. Yeah.
put it on the mirror in your bathroom
Yeah.
with a dry erase. Things in your life that you're grateful for. That's the first part. And the second part is, if there's somebody specifically that comes to mind that you think, man, this person in my life, this teacher when I went to school, this friend that was there for me, this, whatever it is, if there is, maybe it's your sponsor, an accountability partner, one of the leaders that just shared, if there is someone specifically that you are grateful for, I want to encourage you, especially during a season when everybody kind of feels isolated and alone, please reach out to them, text them, call them, and just say, I'm thankful for you.
I'm thankful for you,
I'm
Ange.
thankful for you.
Man, that's great. I mean it. I mean, I'm in my head, I'm thinking I got to send a couple texts after this.
I do.
but-
I was just thinking, like,
I
I'm going
know.
to send texts to every one of you. I'm thankful for all of you.
You know who you are. You're not getting a text. No, I'm
What?
kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Forget to send it to someone
I'm
and
not
be like,
sending
oh,
it to
God.
everybody. But I am gonna send it to a few people, man. I just want to say that, like, y'all, this is a weird time. It's a weird world. We have some good things in our lives still, though.
Yeah.
You know, and there is a hope, and if nothing else, we have a hope in Jesus, and then we can choose to focus on that. So I know this can be a hard time for a lot of people, and I know that, you know, addiction, it wreaks havoc on our families, right? And so some of the things that we mentioned, maybe you don't have. And so I want to encourage you to try to find something, try to find somewhere that you can go and turn and talk about your thankfulness. Think about things that are good in your life. And we do, man. This helps. It helps if you can do it, if you can find a way to do it. And
If I'm having
Yeah.
a lousy day, if I can think of a few things that I'm grateful for, man, it sure does change my day pretty quickly.
you used to do that a lot. I mean, I remember you. I'm not saying you don't do it now. I don't know. You used to talk about it a lot. How about that? But I'm like, I know you used to say, no, I made a gratitude list, and I just, you know, I kept it on you put it on your rearview mirror or something
Yes,
before?
I did.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know how she knew who was behind her, but she had this whole list. No, I'm kidding. It was just one little Post-it. But she'd put it up there, and she'd just say, and I noticed when she was there, she's like, I'm in a good space. I'm in a good headspace. You need to do this, Chad. And I needed to be better at it. I'm kind of negative, you guys. I don't know. It's harder for me to be grateful. But I mean it, though. She did it, and she did it well. So, and it helps.
I
and
think
it's
it helped.
noticeable.
It helped
Yeah.
my recovery
Yep.
for
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna kick it back over to Justin for another worship song, and I just again want to encourage you. This is the time in our service, or in our, you know, even on our online service, where we want you to just reflect. Maybe you've been great at gratitude and you do recognize the benefits. Awesome, if that's you. Maybe you're somebody who recognizes I do dwell too much on the negative and I'm not intentional about being grateful for things, and it's something I want to surrender. It's something I want to try to do differently. Or if there's something else that you know that you feel God's been calling you to surrender, we would encourage you during this next song, you can take a blue chip. If you just take one mentally, that's great. If you want to and you feel comfortable, in the comments you can say blue chip. You can post what it is or not. We
Or
would love
private
to.
messages, too.
Yeah, we would love
send
to
a
do
message
that.
to CR.
And one other thing during this worship song, if you are grateful for something and maybe you were one of our leaders that just shared and you had one more thing to say, or maybe you weren't a leader who got to share, or you're a participant that wants to say what you're thankful for. The fun part about comments is we don't necessarily have to pass the mic. All you have to do is post them. So we would love to hear from you during this next song. What are you grateful for this season? What are you thankful for? And if you're willing to and feel comfortable commenting, we'd love to read those, give you a thumbs up, and appreciate you sharing with us. So let's kick it over to Justin.
Hey, my Lord, it's a winding road. It's all been from my heavy load. Feel the weight beneath the ground. Ain't no
That was great.
Good job, Justin.
I
Thanks
just said,
so much.
Chad
man.
texted all his people he was thankful for during that song. So if you didn't get one,
Come on, I
he's
didn't
not
text.
thankful for you. Just
That's
totally
just
kidding.
rude.
I'm totally
That's
kidding.
just rude.
He started making a list and he started texting people. So then I was
Man,
like,
that's messed
stop
up.
texting right now. You have to get back to the show.
She was looking at Facebook, like
That's-
scrolling. I'm like, what's going? No, I'm kidding.
We're giving each other a hard time at this
I'm
point.
grateful for you. Oh, I'm not supposed to hug you and
Hit
stuff
me-
like
oh,
that.
we're not
I
allowed
don't
to
know.
hug.
Probably
I'm thankful for
it's
this
rude of me.
guy.
Oh my goodness. You guys, we're
puts up
glad
with
that we
me.
get to do this. We're glad that you guys show up. You know, without you guys, we wouldn't have the format, but we wouldn't do it. I mean, this wouldn't be happening. So without you guys, we wouldn't have this community still. And somehow we've held on and fought through it. And COVID or not, we're still doing this thing. So, man, I really am grateful for y'all.
I went this week. I had to pick something up from the Boys and Girls Club, and it was upstairs where we normally would meet. And I went up there and unlocked the doors and went into the lounge. You guys, there was just this warmth that came over me of what it's going to be like when we all get to be there again. And you know, we're even trying to figure out how to do childcare safe. How do we have a meal and make that safe?
Yeah.
How do we do open share groups and make that safe? I don't love wearing a mask. It gets all foggy or what? Hot and moist, and that's not the right word to say. I apologize, but
It's gross.
it's
is what we're
just
saying,
gross. I sneezed in my mask the other day. I didn't have a backup mask. I was having a
Yeah.
meltdown.
She just rubbed it in. She's like, whatever.
And so I
not all over your
totally
face.
get that
Gross.
it's not the best case scenario, but if we get together, is that the right way to say that?
We get together.
If we get together,
Get together. That could be a song or something. I don't know.
then I would be grateful for that, and I'd wear a mask and I'd elbow bump you so that we could do it. And so we look forward to that. We are making plans for that, and just know that we're grateful for you. It is it's a fun part of what we get to do.
Yep.
So
Well, we're gonna do the Serenity Prayer.
we're doing it tonight because we asked so many of you to do thankful messages that I couldn't do even another ask, but.
Well, here we go.
If
Let's
you
do it.
haven't yet been one of our Serenity Prayers and you want to be
A
one,
Serenity Prayer.
will you text me and let me know? Or message me and let me know. I've included a lot of our people from our New Heights group. Is she okay? She's laughing or crying. I got nervous. I thought I heard something from Avery down
I don't know.
there. Anyway, I was saying, message us and let us know. I would love to include you. We would love to have you read the Serenity Prayer for us so that you can be part of this as well. We know we have a lot of online viewers who watch who weren't part of our in-person service. We also look forward to getting to meet you when we do. But for those who maybe are out of state or not with us, you can send us a Serenity Prayer via text and we can make sure that you're included in our Sundays at 6. So let us read.
You guys can't hear us, can
Apparently,
you?
we did that whole thing
Oh my
without
goodness.
sound.
Give me just 2 seconds. I'll
How'd
fix
you
this.
know?
Because I don't hear us. Add.
There's
A
a
microphone.
20-second delay, so we don't know there's no sound until 20 seconds
All right.
after we're going to try this again.
Here we go. Now let's see if I can hear
Okay.
us. I bet they can hear us now.
Yes.
All right. So here we go. God,
God,
grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as the pathway to peace, taking as Jesus did the sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that you will make all things right if I surrender to your will, so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with you forever in the next. Amen. You guys have a good week.
Happy, happy, happy Thanksgiving. We hope whether you're doing a staycation, staying home, or whether you're going somewhere that you're safe, that you enjoy your holiday. We are grateful for you. I want to say just one more thing. If
Go ahead.
you've listened throughout the whole thing, if times have been hard for you financially for this season and you don't have a Thanksgiving meal, or there are some groceries or something that we can help you with, we do have a little bit set aside for a fund based on just COVID hitting a lot of people hard. We don't want anyone to go through this Thanksgiving season without food on their table. So please let us know, message us. We would love to get a basket of food to you or get a meal to you so that you have that as well.
All right. Y'all have a good night. Thank you. Happy Sunday. Glad we got to do this.